I have just seen a Batman movie, not just fan film, that gave me chills, and I can't wait to talk about it right after this. What is happening, Internet? K-Wing here, and a lot of you guys asked me over the years, before you became a YouTuber, a creator, what did you do on YouTube? Well, like you, I watched different partners that they weren't really partners back then. I watched other YouTubers that I really liked, mostly ones that involved Batman stuff. Probably one of the first YouTube videos I ever saw was Batman Dead End, which was a Predator movie slash teaser with Batman, aliens, Joker, and Predator, and it was mind-blowing. Then came along another company that loved to do different shorts and trailers, as they called it, for amateur films, Bat in the Sun. And for a very long time, I have been following them ever since probably 2008, 2009. And it took them until that long to follow me back on Twitter. I'm not bitter, I'm just saying. But I was really happy to see that they finally made a new Batman fan film, and it is glorious. It's everything that I have come to understand of talking about Batman for over a decade now on this channel, and it's something that I really want to see both Hollywood and the CW utilize in live action, but I doubt they ever will. What made this fan film stand out to me is it feels kind of like another chapter in Aaron's work, being the director of the latest Batman film, Dying is Easy. Now, if some of you don't know who Bat in the Sun is, you're probably more familiar with their superpowered beatdown series, which has been going on for, I'd say about 7-8 years now, maybe longer. I could be wrong. Where they usually have DC and Marvel characters throw down, and the fans vote, and you find out who the winner is. Whereas my friends over at Screw Attack, what they did with their death battle is they would use stats and source material to decide on who would be the winner of a fight between Marvel and DC. Whereas Bat in the Sun would actually employ the use of their fans to vote. And that's how they would go about creating their fan film, which I always thought was kind of cool. Some of the results I may question, but Aaron, being a big Batman fan himself and Nightwing, I trust that he knows what he's doing, as I've seen over the years. So while I got into video games, Aaron has been big into Batman fan films, going all the way back to 2002. And one of his first films that I ever saw was more of a trailer. It was called Batman Madness, and it would later be called Batman, I believe, Legends, basically containing all kinds of different clips from different Batman trailers starring one Batman known as Kevin Porter, which has kind of become the internet Batman. He's been in a lot of both fan films, fan animations, and all kinds of stuff, and his voice is very similar to Kevin Conroy's, but his physique is like that of Arnold Schwarzenegger. But anyway, this film, Dying is Easy, takes a lot of cues from both, I would say, Patient J and more of the City of Scars Batman fan film. It really shows just how decrepit a character that Gotham City is, but also it shows you the love that the studio has for Batman in this fan film. While they have been doing a lot of non-Batman related projects, this is true to form to the company. They are very good when it comes to showcasing the Dark Knight. Very few companies, even professionals in the industry, get Batman the way that Aaron and his team does. The opening scene, it was brutal, but also incredibly Batman. I would say that it was very similar to the Arkham games in terms of the combos and stuff Batman was using, as well as how he introduced himself. Very cool opening where the thugs are just watching TV, kind of hanging out, channel surfing. The girl is tied up out back, and nobody's really watching her. Batman sees what's going on, cuts the power, and has literally a smashing entrance. And that's what sets the tone for the entire movie. So what made this movie a little bit different was a lot of the psychological elements that Aaron wanted to use for this film, and how Batman doesn't necessarily use his brutality to solve his problems in this. He uses his bat brain, which is something that I haven't really seen a lot of, except for in the animated series because he was a Batman that was not OP. He was a flesh and blood character that literally wore a spandex costume and got hurt a lot in the show. So Batman had to use his mind to outsmart his enemies most of the time. And also, it was television, so they couldn't really show too much violence. And there's plenty of that in this movie. But at the same time, it's very rare to see this type of Batman, like someone who can be several steps ahead of his foe. And the Joker is dying in this movie. That's why it's called Dying is Easy. He has skin cancer, which is kind of a joke because the guy fell in an acid bath and it took this long for cancer to catch up to him. I really like the interaction between Aaron, who's playing the Joker, and Kevin as Batman because they tributed the Patient J movie, which is something they really don't release that much anymore. I don't know if it's for copyright reasons or they wanted to redo it. I don't know. The Joker in this is wanting Batman to kill him because he thinks that if he goes out the way he is, I mean, it's not grandiose, it's not epic, it's not the final battle between Batman and the Joker. It's just Joker goes out in a whimper, and Batman really doesn't care and just literally leaves. And then the Joker goats him with, tales of the Jason Todd killing and what he did to Barbara, and that causes Batman to snap. And what happens is pretty intense, actually. I really thought watching this that Batman was finally going to do it. He was finally going to break his one rule, and he was going to kill Joker right then and there. And if he did, then he would give Joker exactly what he wanted. See, what a lot of people don't understand is the reason why Batman doesn't kill people is not because his one rule, which is no killing, which, they had to change because Golden Age Batman killed people a lot and had one-liners like he was an MCU hero. But the code that defines Batman, the reason why he has the no-killing rule, which if you go back to the 1970s Batman books and 80s books, he explains why he doesn't do it, is because it would be too easy. Once he kills somebody, he's going to have a taste of death. And what's to stop him from seeking out another face and another face and another face until he wakes up one day and realizes his whole life has been changed and he is a killer himself. He's no different than the thugs that he rounds up and tosses into Arkham. And then he would just probably check himself into Arkham. And that's what Joker wants. Joker wants to push Batman to his breaking point so that he is no different than any of them. Which, I mean, essentially is what Flashpoint Batman is. I mean, he goes around killing all his criminals, which makes him a criminal himself. So he's kind of a hypocrite. But at the same time, that Batman has gone through immense loss. He lost his son, he lost his wife, lost his city, and he succumbed to killing people. There was nothing left to take from that Batman. So Joker really wants to push Batman to kill him in this movie. I felt like the acting was really good in the film. Kevin and Aaron bounce off dialogue against each other really good. I would have liked to see more of the Bat family in this film. Both characters, Joker and Batman, which are the stars of this movie, probably due to, the pandemic and stuff like that, they couldn't have a lot of characters in this movie. They're definitely the focal point of the movie, and their interaction is just bone-chilling. The way that Kevin plays Batman is just so on. Like, he gets it. His lines are very cold, very to the point, whereas Joker has a lot of fun with what he does. Aaron has some incredible facial expressions when he's playing the Joker. I personally like his Nightwing role better than his Joker, but for whatever reason, Aaron has been playing the Joker in Bat and Sun now for, I would say about 6 years or something like that. He had somebody else play it before in Patient J, and I think City of Scars. I don't really remember, but his Joker definitely takes a lot of inspiration from Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger, and some of the other live action ones. And I mean, it's pretty terrifying. It's almost like he gets lost in the role a little bit. The way his face contorts and stuff like this, he looks like a comic book character. I know I saw some people complaining about that in the comments, and yes, I read and leave comments over on their channel. So I've seen some of the stuff people are saying about their movie, and I don't think Aaron is a bad Joker. I think he's doing it on purpose to be over the top because that's how he views the Joker. And I don't want to get into the major spoiler, but what I will tell people about this film is you're expecting Batman to, cross that line. And the whole time you're watching this movie, you're going to be maybe cheering for Batman to do it. Maybe you're just tired of it and you just realize that Joker is the one responsible for killing all these people. And even though Joker's dying, it's like you want Batman to just be like, yes, finish him and start your own kind of like Batman Punisher journey or something like that. But I'm not going to give away the climax of the film. But what I will say is this is a film that shows Batman kind of at his base. Like, he uses his mind, he showcases his detective abilities, as well as there's a lot of Arkham Easter eggs where when you're going back to flashbacks in the movie when Batman's explaining the story later on to a character, you can see that Aaron heavily borrowed influence from Arkham because Batman is scanning evidence using the eye slits. They're all white, but they're more like computerized. So it's kind of like a night vision thing or the detective vision that we had in the Arkham games. So it was perfect. I loved how he was putting evidence together. I loved how he was several steps ahead of his adversary in this movie. And it just, I don't know, when it ended, I was just like, oh man, that was too short. And also, after seeing the terrible Batwoman show and some of the other CW stuff, with the limited budget they had, and I know how much they made on this movie on Patreon, with what they were able to do in the pandemic with the budget that they had, dear God, Warner Brothers, please give these guys a budget. Aaron, his writing team, even do something with Kevin. This could be your HBO Max Batman series. Easily. Because this 25, 30-minute fan film is anything but a fan film. This could be on television. In fact, if I owned a theater and I was lucky enough to get the IMAX version of the 4-hour Justice League cut that's coming out, right? This is what I would play before that movie. And I think people would love it. I really do. You get a lot of similarities between Ben Affleck and Kevin's Batman. I think maybe they were doing that on purpose. His new costume feels very reminiscent to one of Affleck's costumes. So, and, their body size, like Kevin and Ben are both really big, imposing guys. So I felt like I was not seeing Kevin and Aaron so much as I was seeing Batman and the Joker. And I think that's what any actor really wants to hear, that they literally transformed into those roles. But I've seen the movie 3 times already. I call it a movie, but it reminds me of the animated series, like mini movies. It's like a mini short that's done so well that you just want to keep watching it and hope that you're going to see more of it. I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. And I would highly suggest that you guys watch it. In the comment section below, let me know if you're going to go check out the movie. Link is in the description. And if you are familiar with Aaron's work, tell me one of the favorite fan films that you've seen, Batman inspired by Bat in the Sun. And I will see you guys with my Snyder Cut review later this week. And can't wait to dive more into things that, I've been waiting to tell you guys. So I'll see you then. Thanks so much for watching, people. And I'll see you in the next video. Later, Gothamites.